Be good, Teddy. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoy your practice tonight. So we are looking at yoga to help clear the mind. So I don't know if you guys recall, I've said over the years about Patanjali, the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. And it's the book that has kind of the sutras, the guide to yoga, if you like. And it doesn't really focus a lot on the physical aspect of yoga. It's more about all the mind stuff. So one of them is the Chitta, Vritti, Nerodha, which means the stilling of the fluctuations of the mind. And the idea is that we calm the mental chatter so that we then begin to cultivate the natural union between ourselves and our sort of body and our mind, and we find peace and calm. That's the plan. So for this evening's practice, I would like you to, as much as you can, try to just listen to my instruction and just keep moving, and you get into a kind of moving meditation perhaps. Yeah, so I'm going to put some balances in, some challenging poses, because they're also very good to help you kind of allow all the chatter to just quieten down whilst you're putting your focus onto something else. It's nothing new, we do it every week really, but it's just lovely sometimes to have that at the forefront of our mind. And for me, it always enhances it, highlights it, and makes it feel more impactful. So sitting comfortably, allow yourself to arrive, land in your yoga space this evening. You might decide to close the eyes, lower the gaze, and just begin to feel into your physical body. Notice where you are comfortable, and notice where perhaps you could be more comfortable. Think about your bandha, your locks, your seals, maybe that subtle inward upward lift below the navel, that stillness. And just begin to focus on the breath. So amongst many of the other tools to help us find that control of the fluctuations of the mind, focusing on the breath is quite high up on that list. So if all else fails this evening, just come back to your breathing. Notice the in-breath and the out-breath. See if you can find a nice, steady, soothing rhythm to the breath. Maybe the breath becomes a little bit longer, extended, and that brings that lovely sense of calm, doesn't it, as you slow the body, slow the mind. And I thought we would do the brahmari pranayama today. So brahmari is the bee breath. So this, because it's a humming, it's like the humming, you can actually feel the vibration of the hum. It's said that power of the humming resonates in the body, in the mind and soul, and you start to almost detoxify or certainly cleanse away negative thoughts. If you think of it as a physical, stirs things up and perhaps cleanses them, and activates your nervous system, releasing toxins and blockages to help restore that lovely calm and peace that we are seeking this evening. We're going to do 5 rounds. So there's an inhale, and on the out breath it's a hum. No one can hear you. I won't do mine because mine might put you off yours. So I will just sit and count how long it might take me to do 5, and hope that we will finish sort of around the same time. So when you're ready, take a breath in, and on the out breath, just allow a nice hum to occur. So when you need to, just take another breath in, and the out breath is a hum, and you're going to do that up to 5 times. And as you kind of get more into the rhythm, really start to notice the sensations. So making the next one your last one. And just because I can't hear you, when you're finished, bring your palms together. And I know you're done. Lovely. So for a moment, just allow the memory of the sound to reverberate through the body. And when you're ready, if you haven't done so already, just blink open the eyes. And then just draw the knees towards each other. And we're going to come to lying down. I'd like us to now start to just flow. Just going to keep gently moving. So we're going to draw the knees towards the chest, hands gently resting on the knees. And as you hug the knees in, breathe out. And as you inhale, move the knees away. So we're just taking those knees in their own little circles. We're going to take them a few times in one direction. Tuning into the breath, exhaling as you draw them in and inhaling as you move them away. So you can start to feel into your hips. You can start to notice your lower back as you massage it very gently here. Check in with your jaw and your neck and your shoulders. Next time you find yourself exhaling, those knees hugging into the chest, just pause there for a moment. And then release the knees and let them move away from you. And then part them and draw them back. So the exhale as you draw them in, and the inhale as you move them away. Just a couple of rounds in this direction. Lovely to be absorbed in fairly simple, accessible movement here. So next time you find those knees drawn into your chest, just hover them there for a second. Then you're going to take your left leg and stretch it away from you. So that right knee is just, you're holding it, just hovering it in. Take your arms out to shoulder height and allow your right knee to drop down to the floor. So you're in a fallen tree pose. So make sure you're comfy. If you need props, please gather them, use them. Otherwise, just take a little moment here. And when we're still, just want you to observe your breath. Always come back to the breath. Find that full, even breath. Nice. Take your next breath in and lift that right knee to come up. And as you breathe out, take that knee over to the left. So we're moving into a supine twist here. If it's too strong, guys, you can bend both knees. So at the moment, the knees are left, and then you're just going to look over towards your right and just hold it here for a moment. See if you can find that breath. It might feel, as you change shape, sometimes it feels a little bit, it falters perhaps, but just drop into a nice natural breath again. Then I'd like you to take your right hand, your fingertips, and trail them along the floor above you. So you're making a little arch above your head. And you're going to bring your palms to touch. So you're going to end up lying on your left side. And then on your inhale, you're going to trail your fingers back across the floor, over your head, behind you, until you're opened up into your twist. Exhale, trail the fingers back, palm to palm. You're looking left. Inhale as you open up. You're just gently moving into your twist, keeping a nice element of softness to your arms. Exhaling as you come back. Last one on that inhale. Beautiful twist. And then on your exhale, rather than rolling back, just roll onto your back. And then we're going to bend both knees. Just gently draw them into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. Maybe lift the tailbone off the floor. Then you're going to let the left knee hover as you extend your arms out to shoulder height and your right leg extends away. And then we fall into our fallen tree pose, that left knee towards the earth. Use props, guys, if it's not comfy for any reason. I'd like you to be able to not be distracted by sort of any physical niggles. So try and relax into this pose and find your breath. On your inhale, draw that left knee up. On your out breath, rock it over to the right. We're coming into our supine twist. We're trying to keep the arms sort of dropping down to the floor. Remember, if it's too strong, you can bend both knees. Nice. So on the inhale, we're going to float the arm up and over the head. So it's like our little rainbow arch above the head, trailing the fingers along the floor. We end up palm to palm. The in-breath trails the fingers back, opening up into our twist, looking left. Exhale, coming into our, looking over to our right, palm to palm. Inhale as you open up. Nice and slow and steady, relax those shoulders. We're supposed to be embodying seaweed here, nice and floaty and flowy. So we're coming up on that inhale, and instead of rolling back on the exhale, we just roll onto our backs. And we just allow both knees to hug in to the chest. A little tuck of pelvis, a little rock if you want one. And then we're going to lower the left foot to the earth, and the right ankle is going to rest onto the left knee. So that right foot is flexed, arms again outstretched at shoulder height. This time we're just going to gently rock left and right, just a few times. Maybe the rock gets a little bit deeper, a little bit closer to the floor, and then the right foot lands on the floor on the left. So we're back into a twist, and we just take the gaze over to the right, and we establish that lovely soothing breath. Nice, let's come up on that inhale. And on the out breath, we lower the right foot to the earth. Inhale, the left ankle rests on the right knee. Let's take a little rock, just gently left to right. Gain a bit of momentum. The foot gets closer and closer to the floor. And then that left foot finds the earth to the right, and we take our gaze over to the left. And just rest into the pose. On your next inhale, come back up to center. On the exhale, drop the foot back down to the floor. And then once more, just hug those knees into the chest. Scoop in. Maybe a little rock, left and right. We're going to slip the hands underneath the knees. Let's use those lower legs to create a little bit of momentum. As long as your spine is comfortable with you, just rock along up and down a few times. And then coming up to seated. Nice. So we're going to take ourselves into Malasana, yogi squat. So we find the earth with our feet, and you either kind of lift yourself up, or if you need to use hands, helping hands, gently moving into your yogi squat, Malasana. Palms are pressed together. Feel that lift up from your root to your crown. And then we're going to find the floor with our fingertips. And we're going to just lean into our hands and lift the hips up. I want you to bring your feet to the very outer edge of your mat and keep your feet parallel. So I'm going to get you to bend your knees quite a lot, and you're going to come into a kind of halfway lift, but with obviously much wider feet than normal. Fingertips on the floor, so we've got a flat back. And I want you to see if you can find a little tiny bit of movement. As you inhale, you try to arch your spine, so you're pushing your tailbone and you're lifting your head. And on the exhale, you round the spine, but we're keeping the legs pretty steady. Yes, just move a couple of times. Exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale to arch. Good. On that next exhale, as you round, I'm just going to straighten your legs and then just heel toe them towards each other. So you're going to land in a regular forward fold position. Your legs can be as bent or straight as you require them to be. And just grab hold of your elbows. Let the upper body now be fairly heavy. Maybe sway a little bit left and right. A little bob. We're going to come all the way up to standing. So if you're someone that suffers from dizziness, you're going to just bring that head and heart back in alignment for a breath or two. Make sure you're controlling your back, and then bring yourself up to standing when you're ready. And on the exhale, just roll those shoulders back and down. Kick out the legs and the wrists. Give yourself a little shake up. I always think that the shaking is similar to this idea of this brahmari breath, that kind of just shifting things about, releasing, letting go. Okay, guys, very nice. We're up to upright. Find the top of your mat so you have space behind you. Find Tadasana, mountain pose. On your inhales, sweep the arms out to the side. Bring the palms to touch as you look up. On your out breath, gently move into your forward fold. Soften the knees if they need to soften. Come up on the in-breath into your halfway lift, head and heart. This time, hands are flat on the floor. And then on the out-breath, you hop or step it back into your plank pose. Take a breath in here. And then on the out-breath, slowly lower to the earth. Untuck your toes. Choose your first back bend of choice. Maybe it's a cobra, a baby cobra, or a sphinx. Nice, good. Lower back down, tuck your toes, push up either through bent or straight legs. We're moving into our downward facing dog. Adjust the feet if you need to. Just settle into your shape. So feel into your hands and your feet parallel. Good. Remember your bandha, that inward upward lift below the navel, your downward dog. Oh, hello. Nice. Okay, so from here, I'd like you to raise your right leg up. And then we're going to we're stepping forwards into a high lunge. So that right foot comes forward. And then the back toes, you've just got the back toes on the floor, not the heel, and you're rising up, just coming up into a high lunge here. Whee! Hello. I think we need to go out, darling. Come on. Come there. Can somebody call the dog, please? Thank you. Sorry, guys. Teddy thought it was playtime. Okay, from here, we're going to come into tree pose. So the front leg is going to be our standing leg. So we're going to take the I've lost all sense of, is it left leg comes forward? Yes. So left leg comes forward, and then choose your position for your tree. Yeah, so the toes can touch the earth. You could be shin, or you can be inner thigh, and then just press the hands together. We're going to find that balance, left and right hands pressed together. I want you to feel yourself reaching away from the earth. So crown of head lifting up. Very good. Option to raise your branches above the head. So Chitta, Vritti, Nerodha, this fluctuation of the mind, trying to calm the chatter. Good old balance is ever so good at doing that. Take those arms wide. Very nice. And then rain them down to the side. Good. Take your left knee to face forwards and then step it back into your high lunge. Frame the front foot. Good. And step it back into plank. Move through your vinyasa, so lowering down to the earth. On your inhale, coming into your version, your back bend. Good. And then we're moving through to our downward facing dog. Just hold it there for a breath or two. Very nice. Good, good, good. So when we find these moments of stillness amidst the flow, where does our brain go? Where's our mind or our thoughts? If they're scattered, really hone in on the breath. On your next inhale, we're going to raise that left leg. We're going to step it forwards. That back foot stays lifted, or the back heel stays lifted as you rise up into your high lunge. We'll stay here for a couple of breaths, seeing as we did last time, even if it wasn't my intention. And we start to gather our thoughts, and we gather our intention. Where are we headed? We're going to try and move into our tree pose by stepping that right knee forwards and then opening up into whichever version of tree we are opting for this evening. We are mindfully placing the palms at the center, pressing them together. We are finding our center, standing tall. And then the option is to raise those hands above the head, perhaps. We start to really feel into that lovely stillness as the mind begins to declutter. Let's take those arms wide and gently rain them down the side. Draw your right knee to face forwards, and then we step it back into our high lunge. And then we frame the front foot and move through your vinyasa, move through your flow, stepping back into plank, lower to the earth, coming into your choice of back bend, and then gently moving through into your downward facing dog. Nice. On your next inhale, just rock yourself forwards, coming up onto tippies. On your exhale, lower the knees, let them touch the earth at the same time. On your inhale, untuck toes, lift the head, lift the heart. We're in cow. On the out breath, tuck the tailbone around the spine, tuck the chin. We're in cat. Uncurl into cow, and then curl back up into cat. Just gently moving through, mindfully enjoying the focus, that clarity of the mind. And we just give it one thing to do. Move with the breath. Good. Let's come back to neutral now. So just make sure that you are steady here, because we're going to just lift that right knee and we're going to circle it 3 times. Don't worry which way, because we're going to go both directions. So we're trying to keep the rest of the body relatively static here. So we're isolating that right hip as we circle the knee. And then we're going to just take it 3 times the other way. We're then going to squeeze that right knee forwards and then cross it. So we're going to take the right foot over to the left. Make space between your toes, your feet, and then slowly sit back. I want you to be super mindful here. So if cow pose, Gomukhasana isn't for you, you might need to sort of undo yourself and come back into a more suitable position, which might involve having the left leg extended. I think you're all all right, aren't you? Yeah. Okay, so we're sitting in cow pose. Remember, you can put a block or a pillow under your bottom if you're almost comfy. So on the in breath, let's take the left arm up. And on the out breath, we're going to reach over to the right. So we're going to do that a couple of times. So the inhale just takes us upright, and the exhale takes us over to the right. Inhale as you lift up, and exhale into your side stretch. Inhale as you lift up, and as you exhale this time, bring your arm across the body and twist to your right. Take a breath in to feel that length through the spine, and use the out breath as an opportunity to just draw that navel in, the shoulder blades drawing down the spine. And on your inhale, just move to forward face. Releasing, good. Now, we're moving back to all fours. So if it's okay for you to kind of, scoop in at the belly so that you're not hurting any knees or ankles, you might just roll forwards. If that's too much, come out and then land in your all fours position. So you uncross those legs if that's how you landed. Good. So we're going to find that stillness again, that stability, the neutral spine. I'm going to just lift the left knee. I'm going to circle it 3 times one way. We're just trying to keep the rest of the body relatively static. Isolating that left hip. And then taking it the other way. Good. We're going to squeeze the knee in. And then we're going to cross it. So it goes over to the right. Knees together. We try to make space between our feet for our bottom. Sometimes we need a little padding underneath just to raise the hips and ease the pressure. Or you could extend that right leg. Nice. Sit tall. On your in-breath, raise the right arm. On your out-breath, come into a side stretch to your left. Inhale to lift. And exhale. Inhale as you lift up. And lovely side stretch. Nice. Come up on that inhale. And on the exhale, come into your twist. So the arm goes across the body. You can use it as a little bit of a lever. The left arm up behind you, and you just look to your left. Remember, when we find these moments of stillness, just check in. If you need to, you anchor your thoughts to your breath. And then we move back to forward facing. Going back to all fours, if you can, you roll over, untuck your knee, whatever you need to do, land back in an all fours position here. Nice. So we're going to tuck the toes under. We're going to lift up and back into our downward facing dog. Stretch it all out. Sway those hips if you need to sway those hips. Shimmy the head, neck and shoulders. So from here, we're going to move into a, coming back into that wide-legged forward fold half lift. So you could just step your feet to the outside of your hands, or if you're feeling buoyant this evening, there's a little hop to the top of your mat. Make your feet parallel. Bend your knees so you're really low. Fingertips to the floor. Lengthen through, so crown of the head to tailbone. So you've got a flat back. Inhale as you arch and exhale as you round. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. And on the exhale, tip forward, straighten those legs. And I'm going to get you to come back up actually. So slowly curl up. I'm going to come back down to a nice wide angled forward fold in just a sec. So roll up, shrug those shoulders, window, or what do I mean? Just sort of heel step your toes back together and come to the long edge of your mat so you can take those legs a little bit wider now. So we're going to have the feet parallel still. We're going to take the hands to rest them on the hips. Take an in-breath as you lift up. On your out-breath, you're coming into a halfway forward fold. I'd like you to pay attention to whether you need to bend your knees or not. See what that feels like for you. And just bring yourself to a halfway forward fold. So your head is in line with your heart, is in line with your hips. Belly is supporting you here. So a nice inner strength, nice bandha. And then I'd like to bring your fingertips to the floor, just sort of in front of you here, keeping the legs as they are. So the legs are in line with your feet. Stretch the hands forward as if you were in a down dog. But let those hips stay back. So don't be tempted to kind of take the whole body forwards. So it's like a very, very wide-legged downward facing dog sensation. Good. Long through the spine, heart melting down to the earth. Really nice. Let's take a nice big breath in and sigh the breath out. Shake the head and shoulders. Breathe in. On the out breath, hum. Take a breath in. And on the out breath, we're going to walk over to, I'm going to go right. If you feel like you want to see me and right's the wrong way, you can go left and just do the other one on the next round. But we're coming into a low lunge. So that right foot is, or the front foot is bent, the front leg is bent, sorry. And the back leg is straight. Push that leg away from you. Just hold it here for a breath. Find that length from heel to crown. And get to slowly lower your left knee down. And whichever knee it is, sorry. The back knee down. And then we're going to lift the arms up. So we're coming into a low lunge, like a half moon, crescent moon here. As we reach the hands up, looking up. Good. On your out breath, bring the palms together. Draw the hands down the midline and cross the elbow across to the right. So we're coming into, whichever side. We're coming into a twist. It's confusing myself here. So just looking up. Remember, with this pose, you could always lift that back knee again if you wish. Doesn't matter, whatever feels best. And then we're just going to bring the hands back down to forward facing. Good. And step it back into plank pose. Move through your vinyasa or just go straight to down dog if you're feeling tired. And we'll all join each other again in our downward facing dog. And then we're going to look to our hands. And we're going to take a little hop or a step up, feet wide, forward fold. Curl up, soften the knees if you need to on the inhale. Exhale. And step out to the side. So you might choose to go the other way, yeah? So whichever leg you did last time, you're doing the other one this time. Let's take hands to hips. Take an inhale as you lift up. On your out breath, you're coming to that halfway forward fold. So you are parallel to the floor. You're like a table. I could come and rest my drink on your spine. And then the hands come down and they just tiptoe forwards, but we don't lose the leg position. So we're just literally stretching, lengthening from hips to fingertips. Take a breath in, and on the out breath, hum. And breathe. Okay, we're taking it to the other side. Whichever side you didn't do last time. I hope you all know. So that front foot is the front knee's bent, the back leg is straight. Take a little breather here as you push into that back heel. Hopefully a nice sort of gentle sensation through the hips there. And then we're going to drop that back knee and we're going to float the arms up. Raise them up, perhaps look up if that feels good. Really, really good. So palms touch. We draw the elbow across the body, coming into our twist. Nice and long from crown to tailbone. Option to lift that back knee if you wish. Nice. Coming back to forward face. Framing that front foot. If you haven't lifted the back knee, lift it now. And then step it back into plank pose. And move through your vinyasa, or just yawn it back to down dog if you're feeling like you need to slow things down. Really nice. And then we all land in our downward facing dog. Good. So from downward dog, raise the right leg, hug the knee really close into the nose, and your nose is running away, so you're in a three-legged plank. And then drop the right knee down. We're coming into pigeon. If you know pigeon isn't for you and you need to flip onto your back, then go ahead. If you know you're almost okay with pigeon but you need padding, grab the padding. So just check that your pelvis is relatively neutral. You'll be forward facing in the pelvis. And when you look back at your left knee, that left leg should be pretty straight behind you. Fingertips are on the earth as you lift up through the heart. Enjoying a psoas stretch before we lower down. All good? Good, good, good. And we're going to lower down. So you just find something for your forehead, whether it be the mat or a hand or a fist or another pillow. You okay, Jen? Just remember the option if you need to go on your back. It's this one. If it's more accessible, where you have your knee on your ankle on your knee and you draw that leg in. Yeah. Good. Now, when you become in these poses, when you become still, particularly if they are a little bit challenging, might be a bit agitating, first of all, we need to find a way to make it more accessible, and then it is all about let's find the breath. Use the breath to help you to keep that mind as clear of chatter as we can in this moment. Okay, so on your next inhale, just slowly rise up. And then we're just going to sit onto that right hip as we open up to the long edge of our mat. So our right knee is going to end up tucked in or bent still, and that right foot's tucked in, sorry. And the left leg's extended. Yes. So we're going to take the right arm up on an in-breath. And on the out-breath, we come into a side stretch. Good. Inhale as you come up. Take the right hand down to the floor as you breathe out. And then sweep across on the inhale. Option to lift the hips if that feels okay. And on the out breath, we slowly lower and sweep the arm back across. And then we carry on this way now. So the inhale sweeps across and lifts us up. And the out breath sweeps the arm back across. Keeping nice and low, flowy, inhale across and up. And exhale back down and across. Nice, finishing up on that inhale as we just raise the left arm. I'll take the right arm up as well. And exhale to lower. Nice. So we're going to just turn towards the bent knee. Briefly through a sort of pigeony type shape, but actually we're just using it as our transition to down facing dog. And on the next inhale, we raise the left leg. And on the out breath, we squeeze the knee to the nose runs away. And we bring the left knee to the floor. Near the left hand, we kick the left foot out towards the right, and then that right leg takes a giant step back. We find padding if we need padding, and we come up onto our fingertips. Open the chest, like the king pigeon. Nice. Lovely. Slowly lower down. So just walk those hands forwards. Find something for the head if it isn't the floor. Use padding. And just find rest, find stillness. And remember, if the body or the mind is finding that hard, what can you do? Good. Slowly come up on an inhale. If you've got padding, remove it so you can sit onto that left hip. Keep that left foot tucked in and extending that right leg so you're along the long edge of your mat. Nice. Take an inhale as you lift the right arm up. And on the out breath, oh, I've done the wrong arm. Left arm comes up. And on the out breath, come over to your right. Inhale, take the left arm up. On the exhale, the hand comes behind you. And next inhale, sweeps the right arm across, option to lift. And then it's just exhaling now as we sweep back down and across. Inhale across and up. And exhale down and across. Nice. Inhale. I didn't count. If we did 3, that's the end. If we did 4, do another one. I know you guys will know. Nice. Exhale, come back down. Inhale as you float both arms up. And on the exhale, we're just going to come to lying down. So we can just spin the body round and just make our way. Oh, actually, that's fib. We're not lying down yet. Stay seated. Get comfortable. Sorry. Do a little bit of breathing first. So just be comfortable in your seated position. We're going to do 5 more rounds of brahmari. So I hope it works before. I can't hear you. I'm not going to do mine, otherwise you'll only hear mine. We're going to do 5, and then with the option to pad the ears so that the reverberation, the vibration, the sound is inside. It kind of just really amplifies it. It's really nice. Your choice. You've got 5 breaths, and when you're done, just lie down, and I'll be able to see when you've finished. And then we will move into relaxation via anything if you need to do, any sort of stretches that you need, okay? So when you're ready, sitting tall, get your head over heart, over hips, so you've got that lovely alignment. Establish your smooth, even, regular breath. And then when you're ready, off you go, 5 rounds with or without padding your ears. you feel that you'd like to just literally just come to stillness, you might feel ready, which is great. Or if you feel you'd like to move in any way before you become still, then that's also fine. Just allow the body to make its way to Shavasana. So that might not be instant. Just arranging the body so it's comfortable, warm, in symmetry, ideally, and making the least amount of effort possible. How good is that? So just, if the body doesn't feel comfy, what could you do to enhance it? Is there anything that could help? Perhaps you need to just kind of flop the feet left and right a couple of times, or tuck the pelvis, or tuck the chin, or shrug the shoulders. Maybe you just need to take those 2 or 3 sighing breaths. Maybe that really helps you to find that release. Maybe it's another deep breath. So do whatever you need to just get yourself just a little bit more comfortable. And then eventually become still. So bring your awareness fully into your body. I'm just going to use a nice simple rotation of awareness just to keep your focus, your mind happy. So you're going to bring your awareness to all the toes on your left foot and the sole of your left foot, the top of your left foot, your left ankle. And then take the awareness up into the shin and the calf muscle, into your left knee, your left thigh, quad and the hamstring, all the way up to your left hip, visualizing the hip and the socket. And then take your awareness to all the toes on your right foot and the sole of your right foot and the top of your right foot. And take your awareness to the right ankle, the shin and the calf muscle, and the right knee, the right thigh, quad and the hamstring, and the right hip. You can almost sense the hip and socket. And then hold in your mind's eye both feet and both legs. Allow them to completely relax. Take your awareness now to the whole of the pelvic area, the glutes, the hips, the groin, the lower abdomen, the lower back. And just let the awareness gently move up to the tummy button, the sides, the waist, and into your rib cage and your collarbones, and the tops of your shoulders. And just let your awareness move to your glutes and your lower back, your sacrum, gently following the curve of the spine, your lower back, your mid back, and then your rib cage as it curls around the sides, all the way up to the top of your neck. In your mind, see if you can picture your torso, your tummy and your chest, your collarbone, your back, your spine, your rib cage, and allow the whole of this area to relax. Let the awareness drift down into the hips and the legs and all the way down to the feet. And bring your awareness to the fingers of your left hand and the palm of the hand and the back of the hand. Your left wrist, your left forearm, your elbow, your upper arm, the tricep, the bicep, all the way up to the shoulder. Down your shoulder blade. And then bring your awareness to the fingers on your right hand, and the palm of the hand and the back of the hand. The right wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the right upper arm, the tricep and the bicep, and the shoulder, down your shoulder blade. See if you can hold both hands and both arms, joining the shoulders and the rib cage, the belly, the spine, the hips, and the legs all the way down to your feet. And let this whole area relax. And just take your awareness to the neck, back of the head, the crown of the head, your forehead, your eyebrows, eyelids and your eyelashes, your eyes gently resting, and your cheekbones, across the cheekbones all the way to your ears, your nose, your nostrils, down to the top lip and the bottom lip and the chin, and along your jaw, the upper jaw and the lower jaw. Your awareness move inside the mouth to the teeth and the tongue and the throat. Hold in your mind's eye the whole of your head and your face, your neck, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your chest and tummy, spine, your hips, your legs and your feet, whole of the body, completely relaxed. Let your awareness move up to the space between your eyebrows. Just for a moment, notice your mind. Notice your thoughts, or at least the level of activity here. Notice if there is chatter, how easy it is for you to notice that and perhaps gently clear the mind, or at least slow things down and calm the mind. And know that you are the master of your own ship. Observe and enjoy that lovely sense of calm and peace. Take a lovely deep breath in and sigh the breath away. Bring the hands, one to belly, one to heart. Take a deep breath in and sigh the breath away. Take a nice long breath in as you open up, full body stretch. And sigh the breath away. Inhale as you stretch. And this time on the out breath, just draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. And when you're ready, make your way to upright. Oh. Bring your fingertips to the floor beside you. On your inhale, lift the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, draw the hands down to the heart. May the light and life in me honour and respect the light and life that shine in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you. Well done, guys. Hope you enjoyed your practice. See you next time.
Thank you.
Hopefully see you in person next week. Who's coming to play?
I am.